I keep seeing this online. Getting a degree is a scam. Let's talk about why this is really not the full story, because the information that you consume makes a huge impact in your life. And by the way, I get it. It can be so frustrating spending all that resources, energy, time to learn that degree, and yet you're not able to get a job right after that. Degrees are expensive, let's face it. I can remember back then when I was working on my bachelor's degree, I was still in Africa. I suffered to get that degree. Not because I wasn't intelligent, I was, but the means to be able to get that degree, it wasn't cheap at all. And then after struggling so much, not only with the financial aspects, but with the language barrier, given that I went to a French university, I'm from the English speaking part of where I come from. But because of the way our country dynamic is, I had no choice but to study in a French university. So the language barrier itself was a big problem. At the end of the day, I finally landed that degree. And then now this is me in the job market struggling to land that job. I trekked, dropping approximately 100 applications per 2 days. Myself and my friend Sheila, she remembers this very well, struggled and yet nothing. So I know the frustration. I understand the frustration. But calling it a scam, I think we are missing the bigger picture. See, nobody ever said a degree will be an instant ticket to success. Nobody ever said that. So if you start, it depends on how you look at a degree. If you see a degree as a starting point, that foundation that you need in order to build on, then you would understand it's not a scam. And then secondly, the other thing that people fail to understand is when you go to look for a degree or to a source on what kind of degree you want to take, people just go take anything. For me, I see a degree as an investment. Before I go spend that time, that money to get any degree, I'm asking myself, what is going to be my return on this investment? If you cannot answer that question on what will be the return on this investment, then that's questionable. You shouldn't be going for that degree. And I think that's where most of the young people are missing it. They really lack that orientation, someone to really guide them to see things from this perspective, knowing that a degree alone would never ever give you career success. So, but it's a wonderful foundation that once you establish, you can now successfully build on. And then after you get that degree, so one thing I've also learned is most of the people, when they say degrees is scam, and then I'm asking them, what kind of degree do you have? One specific instance, this person was telling me that they have a degree in sociology. I'm like, okay, so what do you want to become with a degree in sociology? I don't know. That's the problem. That's exactly where the problem is. They don't know. You see, before you take any action on anything or invest in anything, make sure you've assessed it, you've seen the risk, you've seen the benefits and all that kind of thing. Degree is no exception. Do you know what the biggest scam is? The biggest scam is when it's actually thinking that the degree is supposed to be an automatic ticket to grant you success. That is where the biggest scam is. Now, another real thing that I've observed in the corporate space is, you see, when an opportunity comes up, right, an opportunity for promotions and things like that, do you know the people they are going for? I'm talking about these bigger positions in the corporate space. You see, these C-suite positions, they will be going for people that have attained a certain level in academics, like master's degree, like doctor degree, like bachelor's degree. Those are the kind of people they will go for. Not because that's what they just want to do, but because there are rules and procedures that they've put in place, especially when it comes to compliance, that most organizations are supposed to meet. You see, so because they have to meet these compliance expectations, as part of the qualifications for those that will be considered for the promotion, they will be looking at degree. So you see why a degree is never a scam. And then the second thing too that has bothered me so much, and I think this is highly misleading, you will commonly see some of this rich people, millionaires, they would say something, especially online or on TV, that I'm a high school dropout but I'm a millionaire. I mean, that's great, that's awesome, I get it. But do you know that people who are educated, who goes to school, have a structured educational learning, they approach business differently. If you compare them with someone who didn't go to school, you will realize that their depth is usually different. The way they carry themselves is usually different. The way they communicate, the way they network, the way they treat people, the way they treat clients, and all of that, it's usually different because of the structured academic background that they have. So you see why a degree will never ever be a scam. So please, this one point that I'm about to say right now is also extremely critical. See, I have a company, right? My company is about helping people gain certifications and help them land high-paying jobs in the corporate space. But I would never ever advise nobody just because you've had that certifications and then you've landed that high-paying job. You shouldn't go or further your education. If you have the means to go to school, go to school. Don't listen to what these people are saying, because at the end of the day, you will never lose anything by being educated. Never. So let's say if you've passed through one of my programs and now you're flexing in the corporate space, you're making money, you're so fulfilled. If you have that opportunity to go to school, go to school. Check your organizations. What are their benefits? If they have a tuition reimbursement, take advantage of it. At the end of the day, you're not really losing. The best gift you can ever give your young child that is going to college is a career coaching. Give them career coaching. Don't just give them stuff. That's one of the best gifts you can ever give them, so that they don't end up thinking a degree is a scam. And last but not the least, if you've been feeling stuck in your degree, maybe you have some degrees and you're feeling stuck, it's not yield any fruit yet. Remember, I said that's what we do. We help people achieve fulfilling careers in the corporate world. DM me or send me an email or visit our website. Let's assess your situation and see if there is an opportunity there to help you. Okay, thank you. This is Coach Karen, your business agility, AI, and career coach, and now helping everyday people with healthy money habits that help them save smart, invest confidently, and grow their wealth without stress. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and follow.